This is part 3, the crystallization of the caffeine. And so what we've got after part 2 is we've got a beaker, and in that beaker we've got chloroform, and hopefully dissolved in there we've got our caffeine. So using a hot water bath in the fume hood, place the chloroform solution over the boiling water. So we've got this is boiling water, and we are in a fume hood which is taking air away safely. And the boiling point of chloroform is 61 to 62. So chloroform will kind of evaporate off, so our chloroform will disappear. (61 to 62 degrees C). So that will evaporate away. And so that is step number 1. And step number 2 is when we get down to about 20 cm cubed of chloroform. So we're going to get rid of some of this liquid, but not all of it. So we can have 20 cm cubed left. And let's just draw this over here. So, but we'll just leave that where it is for the moment. Step number 3, weigh a clean watch glass and record its mass. So here we go. Here's our balance. Here's a watch glass. You've used these before. They're just like a curved bowl, as it were. And when I did this, it was 17.79 grams of clean watch glass, and you'll be able to use those numbers later. Step number 4 is place the watch glass over the boiling water bath. So we need to get our boiling water bath going again. So 100 degrees C. Boiling water, 100 degrees C. We're going to take our watch glass. So we're going to take our watch glass there and add portions of our concentrated caffeine solution. So our concentrated caffeine solution is in a conical flask, so that is that, and we're going to add portions of this solution into there. So small portions. So place the watch glass over the boiling water bath, yes. Add a portion of concentrated caffeine solution, evaporate it, and then just keep on adding more and more to the watch glass until it's all evaporated. It's just a kind of quicker version, and we're going to make sure that all of the caffeine gets transferred here. Step number 5. Remove the watch glass. So we're going to remove that watch glass from the water bath, let it cool, and we're going to wipe the moisture off the bottom So any moisture that might be on the bottom there, that's what we're going to get rid of there. Then we are going to weigh this. Step number 6. So step 6 is to weigh the watch glass, which has hopefully just got their caffeine on now, so I'll label there. So that is hopefully just our caffeine. And when I did that, it was 18.08 grams. For part 3, we, just like last time, we need our M1 and M2. M1 explaining the processes, M2 stating what problems we would have if we didn't do it. So 1, heat the chloroform. So heating the chloroform to higher than its boiling point, 61 to 62 degrees C. So that's the point of heating it. If we didn't do that, it would just take ages to evaporate. So would take a long time to evaporate. It will evaporate eventually. And it also says in a fume cupboard, which I'll explain that, takes the air away. Or, problem with that, your chloroform has toxic fumes. Step 2, that was when we were reducing the chloroform to 20 cm cubed. So we're going to leave a small volume of concentrated caffeine solution. So this should leave a small volume of concentrated caffeine solution. Why? Well, we don't. If it was diluted, again, it would take ages to evaporate off, and we'd have problems, weighing it. And we don't want our caffeine solid on the bottom of the flask. We won't be able to weigh it then. We need it in the watch glass. So, or don't want the caffeine on the bottom of conical flask as a solid, and small volumes we want, because the large volume would take too long to evaporate. So a large volume would take too long to evaporate from the watch glass. And we only tend to have an hour and 10 minutes to do a practical. Step 3, again, it tells us to clean the watch glass and weigh the watch glass. And for example, if not clean, then You might be, weighing contaminants, or they might react to that thing. So that would then affect our yield calculations, for example. 4, that's when we're adding small portions. So we can extract the product from the solvent and then weigh it. So it's just an easier way of extracting the product from the solvent. So can easily and quickly extract the caffeine product from our solvent. A higher volume would take too long. Larger volume would take too long. 5, we're cooling this and wiping the moisture away. So cool, safe to handle, or would burn yourself or drop it, that sort of thing. Wipe the moisture. Because we don't want to weigh the moisture, and that would give us too big a yield and a false reading for our yield. So wipe the moisture. That gets rid of the water, or the problem there would be weighing water, and that would affect the yield. We don't want to weigh the water. And lastly, we are weighing again. Weigh watch glass plus caffeine. That's because you just need to weigh the product. So that's the end of part 3, and I'll just do another little video with a table of results.